And I love all of these conversations, right? Because it's multiple times a week talking with clients about what is the end goal, right? It's always like start with the end in mind. It is, what are you trying to achieve in your life financially? Like what is going to fill your cup in the next 10, 15, 20, whatever the end goal timeline is. And how do we strategically work backwards from that and reverse engineer of, okay, what assets do you need to buy that are going to, exactly how you explained, they stack up and then you can leverage out and do into more cash flow and building out these assets that are strategically designed to get you to that end goal, whether that's buy a dream home for $5 million, whether that's, replace my income in 5 years, whatever that goal is. And so this is how all of our client relationships start. It's about going, where do you want to be at the end? How do we need to plan your portfolio to get to that? Okay, what is the next asset that we need to buy? And then we help you go and find the best asset that's actually going to do that first piece.
Yeah, it's such a good point that you've raised there, Gabby, because a lot of people think that, okay, so we just go and buy heaps of properties. That's it. We just go and buy heaps of properties.
No.
Yeah? Interestingly, I had a conversation with a client of ours who we're actually in the process of going, well, how do we restructure the whole portfolio? They'd bought a bunch of properties before they came to us. Mm-hmm. And in actuality, they got the portfolio hasn't been structured correctly. And so what that actually means is that if they keep going in the way that they're going, based on their current savings rate and household income, they're not going to get to their destination. So what that means is they're not able to save a lot because they've got a young family, they've got all of that kind of stuff.
They're running out of gas.
Yeah, they're running out of gas. And so if they just keep leveraging, they've got a few residential properties, but if they just keep trying to leverage to get more capital, their cash flow is going to decrease, their borrowing capacity is going to decrease, and they're on a downward spiral. And so in that specific scenario, what we're looking at doing is selling off a large portion of the portfolio to then go and fund a higher cash flow asset. So they're starting from a higher yielding base so they don't run out of serviceability as much, and then repurposing the capital to be supported in that way. And all of this has to be thought about. If you're, no one should start investing if they don't know why they're investing. Just don't. Just go and do anything else, right?
Yeah.
Do literally anything else. But if you do know where you want to get to, you need to think what strategically and systematically are the processes going to be, or what types of properties do I need to buy in what order? How do I make sure I don't get stuck? What are the steps that I need to take to get from where I am now to where I want to be? And how do I make those decisions in the right way at the right time? And for a lot of people, it's going to be sort of slightly contrarian. They're going to need to reassess what their values are. Most people would say, yeah, look, I want to own my own home. And it's like, well, yeah, but would you want to, I don't know, if you're in Melbourne, would you want to own your own home in Caroline Springs, or would you prefer to own your own home in Brighton, right? So for example, right? And so you've really got to weigh up the short versus the long. And I think, weigh up not the risk versus reward, but short-term gain versus long-term gain. Mm-hmm. However, I don't think that needs to be some brutal compromise where you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to go and slave away and I'm going to live I'm going to make my life basically suck right now so that I can live a better life later. I don't think that that's true. Like, I don't think that you have to, cut yourself down to the bone now in this, and hold up this destination that you're eventually going to get to if you do everything right. I think, why don't we aim to have it all? Like, why don't we have our cake and eat it too? Why don't we have fun along the way and also achieve great levels of prosperity and abundance and happiness? And, happiness is not a destination, it's a state of being. And I think that people need to think about what is going to make me happy on this journey, not just will I be happy at the destination? Because I can tell you, if you've had a bad time getting to the destination, it's probably going to be bittersweet.